Congresswoman Jen Schakowsky. And Congresswoman, a very good Friday to you. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you, Richard.
Tell us, who will this affect and how it will affect them?
Well, this is the most comprehensive attack on women's reproductive rights since Roe versus Wade passed and was decided in 1973. It would affect women who want to, in the health exchanges that will go into effect soon, with their own money, they will not be able to purchase abortions. So it's not just federal funding, which of course has been illegal for a long time. This is not about federal funding now. This is about personal money. The other thing is it limits access to information about abortions. No longer will it be required that they even tell people information, women, about their availability of abortion. And finally, and perhaps most dangerous, hospitals and providers will no longer have to provide emergency service to women who may be suffering from a botched abortion or even a miscarriage when they come into a hospital, and do not have to, under a right of conscience, even provide contraceptive information. Birth control, family planning will no longer be just available because it's legal.
Congresswoman, supporters are saying that life-threatening situations will not be denied in this case should it get passed. But if it gets passed, and pretty much it's known it will not get past the Senate, so why are the Republicans pushing it now?
Well, all of us that got up on the floor to oppose this bill said when Americans are hungering for jobs legislation, something to deal with the economy and foreclosures, instead the Republicans are dealing with this attack on women, and it's not going to go anywhere, as you said. It's inexplicable to me why they would continue to do these social issues that aren't going anywhere.
And as you know, the real battle is on the state level. Every state in the union has some piece of legislation that is being debated that affects women's health services related to abortion. What is causing this upswell across the country?
Well, I think it's really kind of a last gasp. It certainly is not because the majority of Americans and the majority of women want this legislation. Families want the availability of birth control information, family planning information, and I don't think there's that many men, certainly not women, who don't feel that this constitutional right or this choice ought to be available. This is not pro-abortion. This is about having comprehensive health availability to all Americans.
But Congresswoman, some say it's because of the health care reform bill, and if that were to be reversed or parts of it, that then therefore all of these moves on the state level would be gone.
Well, you know, they want to perpetuate this myth that somehow at the federal level that federal funding will go into abortions. That is, no matter how many times they say it, and they say it all the time, it is simply not true. There is no federal funding for abortions, period, end of story.
Thank you so much for your time, Congresswoman Schakowsky. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
You bet. Italian